Warning! This podcast contains Metallo. What's up, everyone, and welcome to the SC Not TV podcast for Supergirl Season 2, Episode 2, The Last Children of Krypton. I'm your host, Dom. With me is Nikki and Cleo.
I'm just now noticing my backdrop is not done.
Oh, so prepared, Cleo.
It looks fine.
I'm rushing from one job to the next. Leave me alone.
So, what'd you guys think of this episode?
I really liked it. Supergirl has not been letting me down.
Yeah, it's been really good.
Not yet.
Not yet.
You think it's gonna let you down?
All the CW DC shows at some point were just like, really? You guys are making stupid decisions, every single one of them. Like, right? Legends, right? Yeah. Legends.
Legends is just a show full of stupid decisions from the very get-go.
Okay.
Right?
Then we have Barry making all the best decisions in the world, and then we have Ollie making even better decisions than Barry.
Okay.
So it's only a matter of time until Kara starts following in the paths of her DC brethren.
It's easier for me to forgive characters for their stupid decisions. It's harder for me to forgive writers.
Right.
And that's more what I was saying, was like the writing the story of Supergirl has not let me down.
Yeah. No,
the
it's
show
fantastic.
Itself.
Even working Cat Grant or Calista Flockhart, working her temporary exit out of the show, I think was brilliant. Like, it's absolutely fantastic. It falls into place with the story and everything. Like, it felt like a natural progression. Even if she didn't have to leave and they started doing this story, it seems like it's the right direction that the story needed to go in anyway.
Yes.
She's leaving because the new filming location doesn't work for her, right?
So basically what's going on is she was bumped down to a reoccurring guest role, and they have not booked an actual return date for her yet. They're going to try to work around her schedule. She has a lot of stuff going on. I don't know if you guys are aware, her husband is Harrison Ford.
Oh, okay. I wasn't aware of that.
Yeah. So Harrison Ford is currently filming Blade Runner 2049. And then...
Oh, interesting.
And then after filming Blade Runner, he's got the next Indiana Jones movie. So...
Oh.
Yeah, he's a little busy, and his schedule doesn't mention anything about the new Star Wars movie, Episode 8. Yeah.
Wow.
I know, but there's hopes for scenes.
Wow.
There's hope for scenes.
Yes, this is true.
So, but
like
there's no... Yeah.
Force backs?
There's no word on anything for that. But they said they're unclear how many episodes she'll be appearing in during season 2, but they want to do as many as they can get. I'm just ignoring you guys because they love working with her and she loves working with the show. So it's not like she's leaving because she's mad or anything like that.
Yeah, of course. It's definitely a scheduling thing, and I agree with you, Dom. I think it's in such a natural way. It's in with Cat Grant's character, and everything she says is still in character, and I think that's great.
And I just loved like when she accidentally let the cat out of the bag. Then you hear Kara going, "Oh my God, Miss Grant, are you dying?"
That, you know what? She wasn't the only one who thought that. I was like in my head saying, "Fuck cancer."
Yeah.
I was like, damn it.
I loved her reaction though. She's like, "No, I'm not dying."
She did make it
I'm
come
Cat
off
Grant.
as though
I don't
there
have
was something
time
wrong.
for dying.
Yeah. So she's taking a leave of absence from Catco to just kind of go do whatever the hell she wants to do.
Yeah.
Or,
figure it
or
out.
Dive, as she put it.
Conquer the seas.
Yeah. So
I like that Jimmy got a promotion.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting too, but I wonder the conflict that's going to cause with the potential relationship with Kara. If there's going to be favoritism kind of conflict and things like that at work.
Well, and he knows about Supergirl, so there's that.
I think it might be okay since her new boss is in a different department. She's not reporting directly to Jimmy. She's reporting to, what's his name? I forgot.
Douche nozzle?
Snapper Carr.
I love him though. He's a douche nozzle, but
and I was
great.
I was looking around and somebody, I don't know if you guys ever watched the Mary Tyler Moore Show. On like Nick at Night, his older show. The relationship that Kara and Snapper have is very much like the relationship that Mary Tyler Moore had with her boss, Mr. Grant. And it's actually, when somebody said that, I started going back in my head and remembering that show. And I'm just like, it's exactly that, like to a T. It's fantastic. So it's kind of like an old throwback to like that, because they were part of a newsroom, and it was doing all that. You had the anchor Ted Baxter, who was like snarky and is fantastic, and she was one of the writers for the show, for the news, and is basically what Kara's doing, reporting, and it's that same kind of relationship that no matter what you do, it's not good enough, and. It's just, I love this character. I do. I agree with Cleo. It's a fantastic character. It's a great change of pace for Kara, because last season, even though, like, she was being bossed around, she had it made there. She really did. Like, she could basically do no wrong. Like, even when she did wrong, she was able to talk her way out of it. But here, she has to prove herself. It's kind of like, this season is Kara proving herself as her human identity, where last season was Kara proving herself as the superhero identity.
Yeah, and I think that's what Kara was saying last episode, where she was like, I figured it out as Supergirl. I'm good as Supergirl. I gotta figure out Kara.
Right. So, I really like that. I absolutely love it. And then you have the conflict of, like, okay, everything is good, as Supergirl, and her job is kind of, like, in flux. And then you hear, it's like, oh, okay, Kat's gonna go away, and then you hear Clark wants to go back to Metropolis, and now Supergirl's whole, adventures, #fun is just falling apart, she's... I
can't believe she said that out loud.
Right?
Who says that out loud?
I can't believe that John Jones repeated it out loud.
Well, he repeated it out loud sarcastically.
It was very sarcastic. There was venom when he said it.
Still, he do not believe those words still left his mouth, regardless of the tone.
Yeah, out of Hank Hitch. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but I don't know, those opening scenes and stuff with Superman and Supergirl flying around. It was like they were putting out the fire, and I'm sitting there like, do the firefighters like just want their job easier? Like, I get the whole point is to save people and stuff like that, but it's like they've become too reliant on these heroes at this point, Well,
I mean, no, you see, if when fires do get out of control,
yeah, for sure,
they get out of control, firefighters might lose people trying to stop it.
Yeah, for sure.
And so I think, especially because we've seen that guy before, the guy who was like, I hope she's coming.
Yeah.
Or I hope she's on her way.
She helped them.
Was it the same guy with the Red Kryptonite episode?
I was just going to say the Red Kryptonite episode.
Gotcha.
And I think he knew, like, they were going to lose people in that fire. And I think that's why he was sort of praying she would come, because it was out of their control.
Yeah. It just seemed like, it's like he's standing there just, like, overwhelmed and just not really doing anything and just going, I hope they show up, like...
They were doing stuff. They were moving the hose.
Well...
They were busy.
Not really, because... I mean, it wasn't their fault, but the fire hydrant looked like it got run over.
Yeah.
So the water was so they couldn't exactly hook it up to the hydrant. But, yeah. I don't know. I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, they're just too reliant on the heroes at this point. Like... When it's come to be expected, because you saw now what happened when Clark wasn't in Metropolis.
Yeah.
Well, that was also a threat that the police couldn't handle.
That's true.
It was a fucking cyborg just shooting rocks at people.
Yeah.
It's like lasers.
I do have to say my favorite was the bank robbers, right? They get in the car, Kara...
punch?
Yeah,
the bullets.
If bullets don't work, why the punching?
Why the punching?
I don't understand.
You got a fair point. Oh, and it just proves the point why this guy got fucking caught in the first place. He's stupid.
Yeah. I'm very bright.
No.
And the look on his face after he punched him and like broke his hand was just like, yeah, you're kind of right about that. Why would I have done that? So, I mean, but what do you do, like, at that point? Like, your instinct is to not get caught. Like, it's self-preservation. Yeah.
They tried to flee. They stopped their car. He fought.
Right. So, at that point, like, you're not going to go out without a battle, but if you're anybody, you would know it's Superman, and you would know better, but, you know.
Exactly. I'd be like, oh, I'm fucked. Just kind of go out with my arms out like, here,
yeah, but you're also not a criminal where you're like, you know, used to fleeing or fighting or stuff like that. You're all about protecting yourself at that point. If you're just like, you did something wrong, this is your first time doing it, you fucked up, whatever, and Superman catches you, you're gonna be like, all right, you got me.
You fucked up.
You know, but if you're like part of a criminal like drug ring, you know, and you're used to running and fleeing and shooting and killing. You're not going to be like, okay, Superman, you caught me. Take me in. You know?
Knowing what you know about Superman, like,
at
that point, even if you are part of this huge, like, mob of criminals, and Supergirl, you know that they're bulletproof, and you're gonna get fucked up. Doesn't matter if you have all the resources in the world, as long as if you don't have kryptonite, you're done, and nobody really knows about kryptonite, except for the big ones.
Except for Cadmus.
Well, Cadmus, yeah, but I'm like, little criminal drug lord mob thing. They don't know about kryptonite.
Well, we find out that Cadmus had been they stole kryptonite from the DEO. Right?
Yes.
There was a mole. It was Agent Miguel.
Yeah.
And you know, luckily for Wynn, they were able to realize that kryptonite had a radioactive
residue.
Trace. Yeah, it leaves it in the air.
How does the DEO not know this?
Because the
DEO doesn't seem to have many scientists.
No,
the DEO seems to be primarily soldiers.
But Wynn isn't a scientist.
But he's of the science mind. Yeah, but he's of the science
smarty
mind.
Pants.
Yeah, no, I think that's where the difference is going to be with Cadmus. We learned enough about Cadmus where I think I'm wrong about them.
Yeah.
They could be government, but they might not be. I don't know, because they don't feel like they're being funded by the government. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
At least at this moment.
Yeah.
Because the DEO is a government organization. And Cadmus seems to be working against the DEO.
Oh, for sure. I mean, you saw that right in the broadcast, right? They broadcast to the entire world. Their objective is to take out the aliens that are really demons that everybody's worshiping as angels.
And that's why, yeah, that's how they phrase it. And that's why I don't think they're with the government. Because of that broadcast.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if, you know, a government organization, especially if they were secret, wouldn't be like, yo, what's up?
Yeah.
Yo, what's up, religion?
Yeah.
That's not to say the government won't try to buy them at some point.
Yes. Which is what I'm thinking. Or when Earths merge.
I love that we are so certain that this is gonna happen, and when it doesn't,
with certainty.
When it doesn't, we're just gonna be devastated. We're gonna be like, this is the worst ever. I don't care how they explain it. If they just open up a breach that everybody can just walk through and be so nonchalant about it, then that'll be their solution to like crossing everything over. Like, I'm hoping that the world's merged, but
it's true. It might not happen. We're talking about it like it's certain, and it definitely isn't.
Yeah.
We have no idea.
But
things could happen in the future to make Cadmus more of like the Cadmus I know from the comics and the TV shows.
Right. So, you know, they're trying to wipe out the alien menace. That's why they made Metallo, but they didn't stop with John Corbin from last episode. They got Dr. Gilchrist from this episode, one of their own doctors.
Yes.
You know, they just ripped him right out.
He did not want to take part.
No.
I have to say, That dude's acting was so over the top. Like the way he was just speaking, I'm like, oh my god.
He'd be a great character for Legends of Tomorrow.
Like, oh my god, nobody talks like that.
Yeah. But I mean, you know, the idea was to split the Metallos up, to split up the super team. And it almost worked. If not for the fact that they realized that splitting them up was what they were trying to do, so they recruited John Jones and Alex to help. And I was just like, okay, first we see John Jones helping. I was like, okay, he's helping Superman. That makes sense. Who the hell is helping Supergirl? Right?
I knew it was going to be Alex. I didn't realize they'd be using the suit again, which I'm
suit from season 1.
Yep.
Like,
absolutely. No, we saw the suit in season 2.
Yeah, suit in season 2.
Yeah.
I remember it because when I saw it again, I was like, really? They couldn't have made it more slimming? She looks like a sumo wrestler in that thing.
It makes her look great. I think it makes her look great.
Makes her look like a mech warrior.
Yeah.
I
badass.
I love it. I don't know. I just don't like it.
I mean,
I just feel like if I were in that suit, I'd be like, ugh,
but isn't
trying to
that
walk down
a
the street.
kryptonite-powered suit?
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
I don't understand.
Well, wasn't that something that Non gave her so that she could fight Kara? Yeah.
So why is she using it to fight something else?
Because it's a power thing. I don't think they have power suits like that in the DEO.
But I thought the only reason it was powerful was because the L's are weak to kryptonite.
Well, that helps. It does.
I mean, the kryptonite isn't just
gives her the power. It gives her like extra strength. But the kryptonite levels brought Kara down, so it kind of like put them on an even playing.
It's still a source of energy and still can increase strength and.
It's still a nuclear powered suit, basically.
Yeah.
Okay, I was not aware that kryptonite gave people power like that.
No, it's just the chemical reaction with whatever it's made with and combining that into the suit. It's a source of energy.
Yeah, I guess. So, but Cadmus, did they give? I didn't catch a name for that lady still.
Of the doctor lady?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Yeah. But she's trying to recruit Alex. I'm just like, what? Like, she's not gonna. Why? Why would you even expect this?
Well, I'm assuming she expects it because her father is actually not a prisoner. I think her father is willingly collaborating with Cadmus. Whether it's for other reasons than to help, like if he's doing it to sabotage them, maybe.
Or if he's doing it because they have something hanging over his head and he has to do it.
Yeah. So I think she's expecting.
You don't think he's a product
Alex.
of an experiment that he's
Might
altered?
be.
Well, if he was, I don't think she would have that reaction. I don't think she would ask Alex. The reason, I think she asked Alex is because her father did it willingly.
Right, and this also confirms that the father is still alive.
Yes, it does.
So, no more speculation. But we also got to see, that Superman and John Jones put their differences aside.
Kind of.
This episode, they did. Hank explained why he has it, and Superman explained why he's not going to trust him. And
they still work together.
Yeah, they work together to accomplish the goal, take out Metallo. But at the end, he packs all the kryptonite up, and he gives it to Clark.
Oh, that's right. He did give it to Clark.
Yeah,
right.
So he's like, here, take it. It's lead-lined. You're safe. Do what you need to with it.
Yeah.
So
what do you think he did with it?
Maybe brought it to the Fortress of Solitude?
For now, yeah.
Hid it somewhere?
I don't know what else he could do with it.
Yeah, it's not like he's going to hurl the thing into outer space and risk somebody finding it.
Mm-hmm. Unless he flies quite a ways away and just projectiles it to the sun or something.
But we know they can't breathe in space, right?
I don't know that.
The Kryptonians, do we know that?
I don't.
We have no idea. I don't know.
Oh, no, we know they have no thrust in space.
No thrust.
We know they can't fly in space.
No?
Yeah, because when Kara pushed the thing up last season,
yeah, she just started floating.
there was a point where she couldn't fly anymore.
Yeah.
She loses
then
thrust.
how in the movie did Superman fly around the Earth backwards?
That's the movie. This is its own version of Superman in Supergirl. Okay. So in this, they cannot themselves fly in space. Almost every other version of Superman, he can fly in space.
Well, to be fair, in the movie, I don't think he was like out of the atmosphere of Earth. He was still zooming around.
Well, we're talking about Superman Returns. Wait, which one are we talking about?
The first one.
Which first one?
The first Superman movie. Superman.
Ever?
With Reeves?
Yeah.
Okay. It's been a while since I watched that one.
Yeah. Quite a while.
So yeah, in this continuity of Kryptonians, they cannot fly in space.
Okay. Yeah, but I mean, he could take the thing with all his might from Earth and hurl it at the sun, in the general vicinity of the sun.
No, I don't think he's done that. The kryptonite is still on Earth somewhere.
Yeah, that's why I say I think it's in the Fortress of Solitude. To be honest, that seems like the safest place right now.
Yeah.
And if for some reason they find out that they need it, Mon-El, it'll be available, and John Jones will have the whole "I told you so" mentality going on. When he explained why all his people were decimated and wiped out, they had nothing to protect themselves. Here he has something to protect them against, evil Kryptonians. If it wasn't for that, they wouldn't have been able to stop them last season. All that, like, it all makes sense, right? But I also understand from Superman's point of view, because they clearly had somebody steal some, right? Before, like, yeah, he was mad way before that, but he's mad for all the right reasons. So I get both point of views. I don't know. I don't feel like they needed to get along. I liked having that kind of
the friction.
The friction, yeah, between them.
I don't think the friction's gone. Giggity. But they definitely made up for this episode.
Yeah.
Because they had to work together, so.
Yeah.
Because you're right, they're gonna need it, and then Jean is gonna be like, "I told you so."
Yeah. I mean, you see Mon-El now when he wakes up. He, he's not officially Mon-El until next episode, but Chris Wood wakes up. The actor Chris Wood wakes up and grabs Kara by the throat, and that's how our episode ends. So
I was so happy. It's like, oh man,
you were so happy
just grabbed
that
her
Chris Wood grabbed her by the throat.
Yep, I was like, I don't care what the hell you're doing. You woke up and you make me happy.
Okay, all right.
Okay, well then.
Mhm.
But yeah, all in all, I think this was a very to the point kind of episode. I think it was a great temporary leave for Kat storyline and. For the actress, I think it was a great, that little chat she had with Kara at the end, the chat she had with Supergirl, both fantastic conversations, and the way Supergirl was just like, hey, don't forget sometimes you just need friends. So that left the door open to just come back, to not even come back for Catco. She could come back for one episode and totally be cool with it, and no, I'm still doing my own thing, and leave. It doesn't have to be a big... oh no, we can only bring her back when she's available for another arc. No, they could bring her back for one episode just to have fun. And I love that. I think that's fantastic. That and, as we were talking about earlier, the reporter snapper car, love it. I loved how she threw the article down and was basically like, here it is, typed up. All these words, no adjectives, da-da-da-da-da.
Yeah.
And...
I can take this to somebody else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They'll want it.
I don't want to waste my time. She's like, fine, I'll take it to somebody else. I don't give a shit. And then he was like, wait a second.
Yeah, absolutely loved it. But I think the best line he had the whole episode was, "Get out before I channel my last divorce and break you emotionally."
Emotionally, yeah, that was. And then she's just like.
And he's just like, "Well, thank you for proving to me that you cannot speak words, and that you would be a terrible reporter." So.
Yeah.
I was like, ooh, and then even after
I do that thing that Kara did when I can't curse at
you brain fart.
No, I just get so mad that I would say terrible things to them, and I stuttered so that I do not do that and get fired.
Yep. I have done that before.
And then even after she like proves herself, you know, he's just like, "You're really terrible at insults."
He's like, "I don't like you."
Yeah. So she walks
out.
Well,
I don't need to like you either, Mr. Grumpy something or other. She
walks out and he's just like, "Yeah, come in tomorrow or whatever." And she goes, "Does that mean I get a chair?" He's like, "No." He's very insistent that she's not getting a chair. So I think like we're going to go a good amount of time with Kara not having a chair, making comments about this chair. And then when he finally gives her a chair, that's going to be a big moment, you know?
I would love for her to walk in with a fold-out chair and just sit it down, like unfold it right in front of him, just sit her ass down, and be like,
yeah. She brings like those bags you put in like a bag, the chairs you put in a bag, like the fold-up chairs, for tailgating chairs.
Yeah.
But Brian Google in chat says Kara moving to Metropolis would have been a stupid decision, and
fuck yeah,
I agree. But the idea that everything may not be going so well right now. Maybe I should move and start over, and do that thing. That comes to everybody's mind at one point or another, right? Mm-hmm. So for her to actually weigh in on that decision, it's not stupid to toy with the decision. But you know, when you realize what you're actually giving up, you know, it may not be worth it. And for this, you know, Alex and everything that Alex has given up for Kara, you know, like, yeah, Kara should not live her life because Alex lived her life for Kara. You know, it definitely should not, but they're family. They got to stick together, you know. Yeah. It's one thing to abandon family like that. Yeah. But you can't also make every decision you have on family.
No.
But I mean, that I love what Win said, because Win is completely right. He's like, just stop bitching. Family shows up not for a pat on the back, but because that's what family does.
And not who was there the longest and, you know, all that. It's because you need each other, you know?
Yes.
So there's no keeping tabs on who did more of what. And
yeah, you don't keep a book on it. No. You just know.
Yep.
And I like that came from Win. Win was just like focused on doing his thing, and like it's just like, stop being such a bitch about it.
We stated this last week, and Win, he's just in a much better position working for the DEO than he ever was at Catco. So, absolutely love it.
Probably because now he's not bored out of his skull just doing IT.
Yeah.
And Brian says he loved Win in this episode. I completely agree. Mm-hmm. Completely agree. Yep.
For sure.
Fangirling over Superman.
Or
he goes for the hug.
You could be Kat and just fangirling over Clark.
Oh my god.
And I was actually reading.
And they had this shot on his butt, and I was just like, oh my god.
Yeah, and I love the uncomfortableness that Kara was feeling. It was fantastic. Oh, yeah. But I was
my
actually
baby cousin. Don't be talking about my baby cousin.
I was actually reading an article that had an interview with one of the head writers, and they said they originally were going to have it so that Kat knew that Clark was Superman.
Oh.
I kind of thought that's the way it was going, because the way she was fawning over him, because I honestly don't get how she would be attracted to a clumsy guy like Clark.
Well, they said that's the humor of it, is they decided not to go with that so they could go with her fawning over Clark instead.
Yeah.
But they were also saying, you know, that they haven't like, what's the word, ambiguous, of whether or not Kat actually knows that Kara is Supergirl. Like, yes. It you know, they had the two Karas, one Supergirl, one was John Jones, whatever, standing there and faked Kat out. But Kat figured it out back then. She's not dumb. So
if she knows, she'll never tell.
It literally goes either way,
Yeah.
And she was in this scene. They said they originally wrote it where Supergirl was saying things to Kara, which it still seemed like, when she was like looking up out at the sky when she was talking to Kara, about being a hero and all stuff like that. But they were gonna imply, when she was talking to Supergirl, and remember when they said, did I ever tell you my real name is Catherine? And she's like, yeah, I'm still not telling you my name. And she goes, I'm a reporter, I have to try. But in that dialogue, that she was going to work in the fact that she knew that Clark was Superman and she's able to keep that secret, why does she not think that she wouldn't be able to keep Supergirls? They were going to work that dialogue into that scene, but they took it out and stuff because they changed what they wanted her to know. But, yeah, I don't know. Anyway, next episode is called Welcome to Earth. An attack is made on the president. Guest star Linda Carter. So Wonder Woman. As a hot button alien versus humans rights issue. As human rights issues heat up in National City. Supergirl and the DO are assigned to protect the president and bring in the responsible party. Alex teams up with Detective Maggie Sawyer to investigate the case while Kara searches for a recently escaped Mon-El, who she fears may be the alien behind the assault. Dun, dun, dun. So it looks like Chris Wood
I guess he breaks out.
Maybe playing both a villain and a hero at the same time.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah. Best of both worlds. He's fantastic in both roles. Mm-hmm. So, yep. So, Nikki, where can the people find you?
They can find me on Twitter at LadyVenom24, LadyVenom24.
Excellent. Cleo, where can the people find you?
You can find me at Cleo Moto.
Interesting. I'm fascinated. I can't stop watching. I'm mesmerized.
I'm doing this?
Yeah, I don't know why. You can find me down below at Phenomenon, PHENOMEDOM.
Phenomenon.
And you can find us all and more on Facebook, Gmail, G+, Twitter, and right here on YouTube at /ASO TV Podcast for some more podcasts for some of your favorite TV shows, games, and movies. Until next time, see you guys later.